his first encounter with Women in Peak. Round 16, 6th annual Women in League round. We are underway here on Super Saturday. The kickoff goes down to the goal line, taken by Cycler, who hands it off to Tim Grant, who made such a statement in the opening play of Game 2 of the Origin Series a week and a half ago at ANZ Stadium, and he'll make a statement here as well with a penalty immediately. Tim Manor and Justin Paul getting caught up in the play the ball.
Well, Tim Grant carrying the ball forward, met by the opposition front row in Paul and Manor. Too slow to get off the tackle player. And Penrith earned the first penalty of the night.
Boys, stay aside, hold!
Cheap meters for Grant, who picks up from where he left off a moment ago and takes it up towards the halfway line. Kingston going across to Nigel Plum, who is fully decked out in the pink, isn't he? The pink thermals under the shorts with the headgear as well. It's an absolute treat as Clint Newton works it down that right-hand side, that edge of the field that he patrols for the Panthers, as Kingston comes back to Walsh, turning it back underneath there for Tim Grant. They're about 35 metres away from the Parramatta line. 2 plays left in this set for Walsh. Again to go to Newton as they work over young Luke Kelly, getting a chance tonight with the Eels, having played for Melbourne a couple of weeks ago against the Tigers. Here is Walsh putting it in the air. Hayne standing underneath it, trying to bat it backwards was Lachlan Cootes. Well, they'll say he knocked it off.
On the 20, boys.
There was a definite knock on there by Lachlan Coote. Good kick though from Luke Walsh. It was high. It gave Penrith the opportunity to contest the ball. He's very good at chasing Luke Walsh's kicks, Lachlan Coote. It'll be a big part of their plan tonight.
Well, dynamic a couple of seasons ago in 2010. Combination. Walsh and Coote produced so many tries and so many points for the Panthers. It's like being the same from that point on as Hindmarsh plays at Manor. Works it up towards the 30-metre line at Parramatta's end. Couple of minutes gone and no score here at Penrith. Poor working up some solid stuff in the middle of the field there from Kingston. And also Grant, who has a bit of blood flowing as a result of that collision. A trickle of blood from the nose there of the Penrith front rower. Etu Waiselli bringing it back. The good kick. There's been plenty of talk already this weekend, Laurie, about these footballs again used in the Harvey Norman Women in League round. The fact that they seem lighter and rounder. And Jamie Soward last night, the back of the Dragons win, was talking about how far these balls actually go through the air further off the boot.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing Jared Hayne connect tonight because he possesses one of the biggest boots in the competition. Serraldo carries it forward.
Brings it back to the halfway line and plays it for Kingston. Now Syker off that right boot. Beautifully played off the right hand of Jared Hayne. Just going back with the flight. Carried it in the air to himself to control it and then brings it back. Here's Sia. He'll play it at the Parramatta 30. Keating from dummy half. Goes through the hands there of Kelly, giving the chance tonight from Ben Roberts, who's been overlooked after a less than impressive performance last week, but then he had plenty of mates in that particular category as the Eels went down rather meekly to the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Paul brings it back. He'll play it almost back at the halfway line for Keating from dummy half. Goes back to Hayne. Not been touched there, or certainly off a deflection perhaps off a Panther, but not played at. And it will be a Penrith feed about 20 out from their own line.
Yeah, interesting kick, that one from Jared Hayne. It was low and directed towards the sideline. I feel as though in that position early in the game, the better kick would have been to put it in the air and test Lachlan Coote out. I know some people have questioned Jared Hayne's form this season for Parramatta. But he is starting to show signs that he's getting back to somewhere near his best. Just needs to do it a bit more consistently.
Yeah, he played a phenomenal second half against the Sharks. Parramatta Stadium in just their second win of the season 3 weeks ago. As Waiselli works it away for Penrith. Gets it away from the sideline. That's solidly there Hindmarsh over the top with Keating around the legs. Now Hindmarsh working again, grabbing Kingston, getting it back to Waiselli. Good contact in the opening exchanges here, as predicted by Adam McDougall. Bit of feeling in this battle of the West between the local derby combatants. Now Jennings a step into the backfield. Ankle tap there by Sando. What a move. The enigmatic Michael Jennings playing at 30 away. They'll get a penalty.
He'll fancy his chances on Chase Blair tonight, Michael Jennings. And this Penrith attack, I'm sure, at stages will look to expose Chrissy Sando and Chase Blair. Sando's had his issues in defence. Some early ball for Michael Jennings. And when he gets involved early, it builds his confidence, and away he goes.
Get things back underway, and Grant it is who works it up towards the Eels 10. First real scoring chance here for the Panthers. Plenty of tackles up their sleeve. Here's Plum, about 8 metres away. Comes back towards Walsh. Lewis, the crash line, wrapped up by Nathan Hindmarsh. What a good tackle there from the veteran. Saved a certain try from Jennings. It goes back to Walsh. Comes across, Syker stepping and dancing. And Ryan not falling for it. Neither there was Matt Keating. Come back towards the uprights. Here's Grant. A bit of width off the play, the ball. A couple of metres out. They'll have one more tackle here. Kingston looking to his right-hand side, and that's where he goes to link up with Walsh. A well-weighted kick. Pressure here on Parramatta. Somehow between Ryan Morgan and Luke Burt, they came up with it, and Burt was able to spin away from the in-goal area.
Good intensity by Parramatta defending their line. What about the tackle from Nathan Hindmarsh? A ball and all, one-on-one tackle on Luke Lewis, a try-saver.
Tim Manor to play it. Keating goes from dummy half and goes a long way as well. Takes it beyond the 30-metre line. Good scoot by the hooker. Here's Hindmarsh going to Lewis. Some sort of tackle by Hindmarsh on Lewis a moment ago, wasn't it? Sando now from inside the 40. Bounces away from Waiselli, who takes a little while to reel it in, and eventually comes across to Lachlan Coote, who got a reprieve at the last minute last week to play against the Gold Coast Titans when Josh Mansell was ruled out with a back injury. And as it turns out, he didn't see the hour out in that game. He was replaced after 57 minutes. After a couple of moments he would like over again. Defensive lapses and a couple of passes and knock-on which led to tries for the Gold Coast. So Raldo playing. Kingston looking around the back. Jennings coming to midfield looking for a chance to put the foot down. Now Walsh from his own 30-metre line goes one tackle early, looking to hit the turf. The back three, though, were back there after 4 plays for Parramatta, and Hayne it is who brings it back. That was a pretty long kick for a player who doesn't normally have a big boot.
No, he hasn't got a big boot, Luke Walsh, but he got onto that one. We'll see. We'll watch as the match evolves, Warren.
It seems to be a topic in this particular round every season. The footballs, they say, go further through the year for some unknown reason. But comes across to Chase Blair, and it goes inside the Penrith 40. Bird at dummy half, a long way from his left wing position. They head out towards it now. Here's Hayne out the back, losing the ball up, and his face was Daniela. And they're going to say one of the Eels was offside, and Penrith will kick the touch and go back on the attack.
There was plenty of ball movement there by Parramatta. But again, no one actually engages the line. And when no one engages the line, it makes it easier for the outside defenders to read it. And Jeff Daniela, he came in, he made a good tackle on Hayne, he forced the error, and now Penrith go straight on the attack.
Tap it through, Waiselli. It's a good runner from dummy half, and he got this at a 6 going in good fashion as well. So Raldo now coming across to Grant, heading towards the post. Stopped there by Hindmarsh and Keating. They've combined those two a number of times already tonight. Kingston at the back for Syker. Numbers here for Penrith. Lewis goes through. There was no stopping him this time.
Let's have a look and see if he does actually ground the ball. or Jared Hayne does hold him up.
They are going to check, but it did look as though there was contact with the ball on the turf first time around.
Yeah, and it looks as though this is the area of the field that Penrith will look to attack tonight. Numbers around Chrissy Sando, plenty of players in motion. So Luke Walsh has options inside, outside, short, and at the back. It's a good effort by Jared Hayne, but I would suspect somewhere there the ball must have touched the ground. Can't be sure. We'll have a look here. It's going down there. Well, I can't be sure, but you would think that the ball touched the ground.
You would imagine so. Doesn't even require benefit of the doubt for that one. It is. The green lights against Spanner. And the Panthers and their fans.
You know it, baby! You know it!
A little bit happy about that one, aren't they?
At the foot of the mountains, they're happy. Luke Lewis, a great line. Kingston out of dummy half. And it was a lovely pass, by Harry Saker. I thought it was Luke Walsh. But Saker controlling this left edge. Engages Chrissy Sando, and it just opens up. And Chase Blair, he was faced with a number of options. A number of support players there pushing into holes for Saker. They drag them in through the middle, and they play them on the edges.
We missed the game last week, as we mentioned, against the Titans. Luke Lewis, thigh injury, back tonight. And from out wide, Luke Walsh. He struck them pretty well. 75% so far this season. Makes it 6 points to 0. They are pretty in pink tonight, the Panthers again. Have a good record. I think they've won 3 of 4 in the Women in League round when they've worn the all pink. He was absolutely sensational defensively, especially, wasn't he, in Origin 2, Luke Lewis. New South Wales against Queensland. Sando with the restart. It goes down to the man, Harry Saker, who popped the ball for Lewis. He held it up beautifully. The young 5'8", playing in his 4th game in the NRL tonight. Kingston comes across to Lewis. He was rocked there. Did he went on around the chin, perhaps? He pops at his face. He gets up. He's okay for the moment as Newton works it up the field beyond their 20. Kingston back to the middle. Nigel Plum in this front row role tonight to begin the game, with Dane Weston coming off the bench for Ivan Cleary. Now here's Saker, his kick played at was it a call as Hayne comes forward and picks it up. He'll have it in good field position for Parramatta, and he was unlucky there not to get a penalty when Jennings still had him around the legs as he regained his feet. So a good chance here for Parramatta to hit back. Let's put some pressure on this Panthers defensive line, which has leaked plenty of points at times in 2012. Now Keating going across to Kelly, grabbed there by Newton. He'll play it just outside the Penrith 30. Oh, great play, the ball. Keating feeds it onto Sando. Then Smith. Not much happening there for the Eels, so he just takes a tackle. See what they've got here on the last, from just outside the 20. And it is, who will put it in the air. Some pressure on Waiselli. Was it too big? No, tapped forward by Luke Burt. It will be a knock on. And it will be a changeover because Luke Burt might have left the ground with a foot into touch.
Yeah, it was an ordinary set of 6, though, by Parramatta. They really didn't threaten at all. You know, this field position, you have to be coming up with options and challenging the defence a little bit more.
Sort of 6 they offered up quite a bit last week against the Rabbitohs. Chris Sando, limited involvement with the ball in hand in the opening 13 minutes here tonight. Plum has it back. 10 on his own side of halfway. Kingston now comes across the Saker. Here is Lewis. They go to Jennings up against Blair once again. Just loses his footing. Blair is big and strong, and they like him as a defensive centre on this right-hand side. He's only been beaten once by Jennings. No shame in that, though, because he's beaten plenty over the course of his careers. Kingston fires one wide to Walsh, who drills it low and hard and picks out Luke Burt on the second bounce, and Burt Brings it just back beyond the Parramatta 30. Keating goes across to Ryan Morgan, who's been with this side at various stages. Had some real defensive lapses at the beginning of the season. The second meeting between these two sides, and Penrith, they lapped them 39-6 earlier in the season at Parramatta Stadium. It was a dark old night for the Eels defensively that night, as Sando shows it again. He gives it off to Blair to play it at the halfway line with 2 plays left in this set. Now Paul works it forward. A good run by the front rower. And they put some pressure on the back 3 here. Let's see what they offer up. It's Kelly. Goes with the midfield bomb option out towards Waiselli once again. And this one goes backwards. If Waiselli picks it up on the gallop, there might be a problem. Did he get a hand on it? We'll wait and see what they say. It could well be an Eels feed here.
So out off Parramatta.
Still no call as yet. They
Penrith feed.
just wait and see what the video referee makes of this. Well, Waiselli got a touch with his boots.
Finish, boys.
It's a Penrith feed.
I don't think he meant to
Penrith
play
feed.
that.
Oh boy, I think if you're going to the ball, chasing it in that fashion, and the ball touches you,
Kevin?
I think you might be entitled to have been judged to have played at it. Anyway, you get the call perhaps, the fortune for them.
Their 5th tackle options have been poor. That was another poor kick. Their previous kick was a poor one. You have to finish your sets with a good kick.
They've had 2 poor ones in a row from Hayne and Kelly respectively. Go across to Grant. Tries to spin there in the tackle of Manor and Ryan, and also Keating. Keep going down the right-hand side. Walsh holds it up, and delivers a nice soft ball there for Clint Newton to take it down just outside the Parramatta 20. Play 5 here for Walsh. What has he got? Puts it back underneath for Plum to take it forward. Give them a wide left-hand side. They can head towards Jennings. Instead, they go back down the short side as Walsh hooks it back across the face of the upright. Sando standing underneath it. Coote was there again trying to tap it backwards. Might have got a hand to it, but he tapped it straight back to Ben Smith.
Yeah, it's good work there by Ben Smith, getting in a position to take advantage of any crumbs. They're hanging in here, Parramatta. They're not creating enough uncertainty when they have the ball. They haven't conceded a lot of points. So their confidence should grow.
Feeding out of dummy half, linking up with Manor. Set upon there by trio of Panthers over the top, including Grant and also Serraldo. Now Hayne will kick from inside the 40. He was looking for a 40-20. Didn't have a lot of angle to work with. And as a result, Coote was able to get to it on the full. Sando down there chasing hard. Got himself down a couple of times defensively last week against his old club with his good kick chase, Chris Sando, but looks for a big hit too often with a shoulder charge, as he can do at times.
Well, you have to be effective in defence, and if you're going to kick early, as there's a rake from Ben Smith and Chris Sando involved in the tackle, if you're going to kick early like Jared Hayne did, the chase has to be down there and can't allow the fullback to return the ball and chew up the metres. By tackle too, they're over the 40-metre zone, and you just put yourself under too much pressure. Now they've given away a penalty, and here they come, the men in pink.
On the attack again from the Panthers as Lewis slips over, coming towards Chase Blair. Kingston through the hands of Serraldo. Plum on the angle, going back in towards Manor and Hindmarsh. Poor is still there, no changes as yet from either side. Paul has made 20 tackles in the opening 18 minutes here tonight. Psycher now. Newton, it goes with the hands of Coote in behind Daniela, and Waiselli will hang on to it and keep the ball in play. 10 metres out from the Eels line. Still with tackles to work with. Again, another ball hits the deck now. Walsh goes over the top. Back to Lewis and Jennings. He said, I want you there. He gave it. Simmons now gets a chance. Back away from the sideline. It goes across to Walsh. They're set to the right-hand side, but Plum will just steady things and take it towards the uprights and play it outside the 10. Kingston coming back to Walsh. Rubbering. A tough one there for Blair. He couldn't come up with it. And it will be 6 more tackles for Penrith.
And I like the thinking there from Penrith halfback Luke Walsh. They played some razzle-dazzle football. They kept the ball alive. But he actually stayed composed on the next play and thought, no, we need to go back to building pressure rather than getting caught playing touch football. So he tried to roll it in the end goal. And Blair's made an error. But Penrith, they get another set of 6 in the good field position.
As you can see from that graphic, Parramatta yet to have a tackle inside Penrith's 20-metre zone. This will be number 13 right here. For the Panthers, they head to the right-hand side. Syker passing on the outside there of Morgan. They're able to stay with him, and now Wysell. Takes it away from dummy half. Not much doing for the winger. Plays it for Daniela. Now Syker again. Wasn't expecting that, I don't think. As a result, has to take it forward, and Walsh is behind the play, barking instructions. Trying to get something organised, a bit of shape, a bit of structure about their attack. Here it is now for Walsh. Kingston taken after the pass. Cook gives it to Jennings. Plenty of blue and gold jumpers in front of him. And they've used up 4 plays. Not a great set so far from Penrith. Here's Walsh coming back to the middle. Grant has been their pattern. And play number 5 taking it towards the uprights. 10 metres away. They come back to Walsh again. Now he heads back towards the post, puts a grubber in, but that man Hayne is there. Read that one very nice.
Great defence from Parramatta. They're defending their line. They're working hard for one another. They're being aggressive. They're getting up. They're being effective with their contact.
Working away through Hindmarch. Goal line defence at times this year, Parramatta has been thin. Part of the reason they're mired in the cellar at the moment in 16th position. About 1 lapse against Luke Lewis. It's been too bad tonight. Fui Moi standing by to get a chance. Here's Hayne again from inside the 40. Aloft this one over the head of Coop. Didn't really put a lot of effort into that. And that almost went 60 on the fly. Has a big kick. Parramatta fullback.
Yeah, and that's a good sign for Parramatta. They kick the ball and they present a line to Lachlan Coote. They haven't had a lot of possession, but they're still moving forward aggressively off their line.
Time for a chatty, mate. Time for a chat.
High shot.
5.
That's another penalty against Parramatta. The penalty count is mounting. I think that's their 5th penalty. Parramatta haven't received one tonight, but they're hanging in. They're going okay.
Just the left forearm of Nathan Hindmarsh catching Soon Kai. And reason for the whistle, and now Lewis. As it back into Parramatta territory. Handed through Raudo, a bit of tip-on work through the Penrith forwards. Think of the nature of the Bulldogs and what they've done so far in 2012, though. Syker comes across to Jennings with the left foot step again. A real handful for Blair once more. We'll play it eventually here. 25 away from the Eels line. It goes from Syker across to Grant. A lot of touches. Oh boy, and he goes through the full 360 here, and no whistle for a dangerous slow tackle against the Eels. And I've got away with one right there. I'll play it through Serraldo. Goes across to Syker. He links up with Walsh, with dummies. Puts a kick in once again. Burt was up in the front line, and as a result, Hayne has to come across and take it out of play.
Yeah, again, good defence by Parramatta. And they have to hold their composure here, Penrith. They can't panic. They've had the majority of possession. They're only 6 points in front. And you see teams with all that possession start to panic. And they look at the scoreboard and think we need to be more in front. And they start being a bit adventurous with the football, and they start making errors themselves.
Ready to go, boys.
So this is a test of their patience as well.
I'm going to be on the line here, Darren. I'll be on the line.
See if they can hang on once again here. Hayne with the goal line dropout. Not a clean strike. 50 metres, though, as they work it forward. The Panthers through Nigel Plum. Penalty count really hurting Parramatta. They've done so much tackling at this end of the field. Already 18 tackles inside their own 20 that they've had to absorb. And they've cracked once. Moi is out there making the tackle on Grant. Here's Kingston coming to Lewis. Looking towards Syker and Jennings. This time Syker hanging on to it. Eventually he'll be wrapped up here by Chase Blair. 3 tackles gone. Serrano again, getting to first this season, doing plenty of tipping on Coote. Bouncing off one defender before being wrapped up there by Matt Ryan. Just outside the Parramatta 10. Kingston, he goes to Walsh. Quick hands across to Newton, standing in the tackle. Morgan and Hindmarsh had him wrapped up, and with some help there from Kelly, they take him to ground. One more play. Daniela dropping back. Give it to Walsh again, a kick. Not a bad one, but up above them was Jared Hayne. He got some help from the men in front of him, Sando and Smith in particular. Sio gets the whistle to get it going quickly and runs it back for a gain of 15 off the tap restart.
Yeah, good work by the winger, Kenny Sio. That's followed up with a good run from Luke Burt, and now they've got their first penalty of the night. And Penrith, while they're moving the ball from sideline to sideline, Parramatta are handling that well. I'd like to see Penrith adapt and change to the central focus being Kevin Kingston out of dummy half. I think they're a much better team when Kevin Kingston gets them rolling through the middle and they play off him a little bit more. They can bring the forwards on the advantage line, playing behind the ruck. At this stage, Parramatta are handling that side-to-side football.
10 here, boys. Michael. On Michael Jennings.
Up in the Eels offer up here. Here's Moy raising a forearm there as he went towards Dane Weston, who is out there now. No call from the referees. Towards the left edge they go again, Parramatta, bypassing Hayne this time. Morgan playing it from Burt. Goes to Kelly. Turns Mitch Allgood back underneath him. They're playing about 15 away from the Penrith line. The first real foray inside the Panthers 20. Here's Sando showing it inside, going to the outside for Blair, up against Jennings. What a ball out the back for Sio. Try and put it down. I don't know that he got this.
No, he's going to be a handful when he
check.
Grows into his body, Chase Blair.
The touch line and the dead ball line.
He's been terrific in a limited space of time in first grade, Chase Blair, getting on the outside of Jennings. Yeah, throwing it around the corner to Kenny Sio. Sio does a fantastic job to react and control the ball. Oh, Lachlan Coote kicking it out of his hands. That's a try saver from the Penrith fullback. I thought he may have lost the ball trying to put it down, Ken Sio. But Lachlan Coote coming across. You can see Blair getting it around the body of a couple of Penrith players as he was going over the sideline. And Coote comes from nowhere, and that is a try saver.
Video referee Phil Cooley will spin up the red lights. No try as expected. And you would say goal line dropout because of the play by Coote, definitely playing at the ball and kicking it out of the hand of CO. And it will be a goal line dropout.
No, it's a goal line dropout.
I think we've well and truly established over the last month or so, Laurie, at various levels of the game, that if you play it with your hand or your boot in that fashion, it's going to go against you.
Yep, most definitely. Most definitely.
Stay inside here.
That wasn't a great sign, though, for Penrith.
I'm going to be on the line here.
Yeah, Parramatta haven't had many chances down this end of the field, and they nearly opened them up.
And the goal line dropout proves to be an awkward one to handle there. Bypass Jared Hayne. Allgood had to wait for it. And as a result, he's tackled at the halfway line. Keating goes to Moy. Good charge in the previous set of 6 to get them going in the right direction. Now Keating holding it up there for Hindmarsh. It's up a couple of metres as he goes back inside the 40-metre line, but they've already used up 3 plays here, Parramatta. Kelly going to the first man, Matt Ryan. Keating waiting at dummy half. Goes to Hindmarsh. Here is Sando. Lewis was out looking for him. There might be a chance out wide. There will be for Jennings. And it's a good thing that Sando got to him quickly. On the counter-attack, here come the Panthers. They take it back into Eels territory through Simmons. Comes to Lachlan Coote. Fends away there from Ben Smith. There's a real chance on the right edge for Parramatta. Here's Weston. He'll be stopped about 30 metres away from the Parramatta line. Kingston goes across the Walsh. An easy pass there to handle. Play it through Tim Grant. Still about 25 metres away. Serraldo again with the pass, and Sando. He comes up with it. And on that occasion, Serraldo passing as often as he is at first receiver on those plays inside Parramatta territory. The defence holding off Serraldo knew where the ball was going.
Yeah, and when you pass short, it has to be out in front. You can't afford to have it going in behind. That's a cheap turnover by the Penrith team. All good, carrying the ball forward. That's a strong run. They need to do more of that, Parramatta, and support one another.
Here's Hindmarsh. Captain goes back across the halfway line, plays it here to Keating. Sando. Catch and pass for the moment. He's put the foot down and taken them on himself as yet. Keating's kick, just a grubber in behind the line. It'll be comfortably handled by Lachlan Cootes. He brings it back about 15 out from his own line. Again, not a great kick from Parramatta, who's back end of their sets of six. They've left a bit to be desired. Moy trying to get physical there with David Simmons as he goes to ground. Selly coming in for a carry. Always a handful. Strong and nuggety he is. Well, then he played it completely squarely there, but perhaps gets away with one. Work it up through Chris Armott. He's also out there now, replacing Tim Grant, who's just on from the field at the half-hour mark or thereabouts. Or Damon Weston.
Hand in.
I'm going to say it was stripped out here by Fui Moi. Nathan Hindmarsh is going to get a chat here. Going to ground.
Well, I thought he was trying to offload that.
That's what it looked like first time around, and I was waiting just to make sure our eyes
two
didn't
penalties
deceive
ago,
us.
okay. I spoke about the penalty count going against your side. You had two more in the quick section since then. I'm not going to go 80 minutes play like this.
Oh, yeah, I understand. But listen, you can't help stuff like that. He's going to put his foot.
I'm not talking about that one isolated. I'm talking about across the board. All right? No more. You got to get into him. You get into him.
Nathan Hindmarsh in running, having a bit to say about the flow of penalties, which is 6-1 against Parramatta.
Well, they were hard done by there.
Very.
They were hard done by.
No question about that. It does mean, though, that Penrith come on the attack. Parramatta, for the most part, have done a good job defending these penalty sets that Penrith have had. Defend another one here. Ryan Simpkins is out there, and now a ball goes to ground. It's Weston again who has it, running into Moi, who was mobbed by his teammates. With congratulations.
Well, he just had eyes only for Weston there, Fui. He hits him high, he forces the ball loose, and that's great intensity. Defensively, they've been strong tonight, Parramatta. Their completion rate has been good. They haven't had a lot of ball, but it's their execution and their option taking. You know, when they have the ball, they go through the motions and they go through their plays that they've called, but they don't react to what the defence is doing. That needs to improve.
And another chance. And wasted 23 tackles they've had inside the Eels 20. The Panthers have had just 2 the other end. Massive discrepancy in a particular category. Keating. They play it here for Hindmarsh. Across to Ryan. There's a real fixture now on that left-hand side in the back row, and got it away to Hindmarsh. It was nabbed from behind by Harry Syker. Now Morgan going towards Daniela, who will wrap him up. About 35 away on the last tackle. Hindmarsh is going to get caught. Needs to get it away. He does miraculously. And he got it to Kelly, who puts a kick in, and that's a much better result than it was going to be when Hindmarsh looked as though he was going to get nabbed. And now here is Sando with one of those shoulder charge attempts on the kick chase.
And that's another example of a poor option. Late in the tackle count. Getting caught a dummy half. They eventually got the kick, but it could have been planned and constructed a lot better. The halves need to take responsibility for that.
They really have struggled as we go downstairs to Adam McDougall on the sideline. Just somebody needs to put up their hand and take control of those last few plays, don't they?
They certainly do, and the percentage play tonight, given the heavy dew on the ground, is definitely to put the ball on the ground. It will run. It's going to be an interesting battle here tonight. I think Penrith have come prepared. The guys, if you look on your TV screen tonight, are wearing the long studs. The Parramatta players, on the other hand, are wearing the bias. So, and on the Jennings front, in the battle out here, it's going to be very interesting to see that Jennings is stepping inside, given the fact that it's slippery, and obviously Chase Blair's not really expecting him to do so.
Difference in the studs, perhaps, of these two sides. Luke Lewis wasn't apologising to Ivan Cleary when he put his hand up. He put his hand up as if he'd made a ton at the SCG in an Ashes test. He basically went to all points of the ground to say, I'm sorry, that was a shocking pass. I'm sure he was waving to Ivan Cleary saying, sorry, mate.
Well, after an error, it's the way you react and what your next action is. And I'm sure Luke Lewis will be looking to be strong in defence here. But this will help Parramatta's cause. They get a penalty. There he is, Luke, just saluting. Saluting, yeah, he is. All parts of the ground.
Yeah, yeah.
More so for a 50. I think it's a half-time, not a touch.
Right. Sorry, guys. My bad, as the kids say these days. Here's Moi Moi. He'll play it just outside the Panthers' 20-metre line. Keating from dummy half. Going across to the left-hand side into a bit of a gap. There was Joseph Paulo fresh on the paddock. Gets an offload away to Ryan, who puts a step on, tries to get away from Kingston. Gets another offload away. Now here is Sando. He gives it to Moi Moi. You know what he's going to do. He's going to stand and give it to somebody else. He was going to say, here I am, stop me if you can. Talking about something there from Weston in the tackle. He regained his feet. Now Sando holding it up. Smith popping a ball. Sando was wrapping around. Couldn't come up with it.
Well, he didn't need to make that play, Ben Smith, but it was also great work, the pass from Chris Sando. He goes to the line, and there was a defender, I think it was Jennings, came out of the line, and it opened it up for a one-on-one situation for Ben Smith. He forced his way through the line, was looking to get the offload away. There was no one pushing up in support, but it was better.
Yeah.
Thomas running, boys.
But Chrissy Sando, we've been saying it all year, he needs to get his hands on the ball and he needs to challenge the line a lot more. He's got to create uncertainty in the defence.
You got to bind and you got to touch. You're like, you're not.
You know, he's got great speed and got good footwork, but we just haven't seen it from him enough.
Come on, Kevin. Kevin.
No question about that. In 2012. The Panthers win the scrum and they'll work it forward there through Wyaselli, who apparently gets an early carry and a set from their own end. Now Serraldo, no tip on play. Went up towards the 40-metre line. Weston hit by an avalanche of blue and gold jumpers right there. Here's Arnold. Good run on the step at the line to force a legs tackle from Keating. To go from Kingston. Walsh kicking from just on top of the 40-metre line. Paying across there. And a nice catch. His positioning at the back has been good so far tonight. Saved a couple of tricky situations, and now his work on the ground forces a penalty, and the penalty count evening itself up, standing at 6-3 at the moment, still Penrith's favour.
And they're starting to invite Parramatta back into this game. Well, they're only 6 points in front, Penrith. They've been slack with their discipline, giving away
All the way here, Penrith.
some penalties, giving away cheap possession. And here they come through Fui.
Ryan Simpkins went low. Weston was over the top on Moi Moi. Now Allgood works it down to play it 30 metres away from the Penrith line. They've had their chances. Still nothing on the scoreboard for the visitors here tonight. Paulo to play it inside the Eels red zone. Goes Kelly, who's picked up and dumped heavily there. Walsh was involved, and so was Cameron Serraldo. Just over 3 minutes remaining, time running out in this first half for Parramatta. Hayne goes to Sando. Wide. Seo had a chance. One-on-one there with Simmons. And again, Parramatta put it down.
He would have been hard to stop from there, Kenny Searle, if he controlled that ball. He had David Simmons turn inside out. Enterprising play from Parramatta, shifting the ball to their right edge.
Simpkins plays it for Penrith, and now Simmons gets a carry and does well to poke his nose through the line there as well before being grabbed by Keating and Moi. Now Lachlan Coote lofting one from inside the 40. Plenty of depth on the kick, and Hayne will go all the way back to the corner to pick it up. Slightly more angle on that kick, and it was easily going to be a 40-20.
Well, that was a better kick and a better constructed kick, given that Lachlan Coote got it left side of the ruck. He's a left foot kicker. Their previous kick was a poor one with a right foot kicker in Luke Walsh, trying to be too cute with the kick.
They have the breeze at their back in this first half. Penrith for the remaining 2 minutes of it. Their kicking game has been much better than it was a couple of weeks ago here against the Warriors. As Paulo gets a chance, they keep it alive. Morgan beats a tackle, comes to Coote, went past the fullback. Daniela can't get him also, and Morgan, a terrific run down the sideline, and Parramatta are on the board finally here tonight.
And they're starting to create some offloads in their attack, Parramatta. They're not known as an offloading side. They average 8 per game already tonight in this first half. They're up to 7. He's made a bit of a difference since being on the field, Paulo. He's a ball-playing back rower. He was heavily involved in this try, and great work from young Ryan Morgan. The in and away on Lachlan Coote, and then he burns off Daniela. Look at that, Paulo. Attracting defenders, staying alive. Good effort there from young Ryan. Morgan in some space. The in and away on Lachlan Coote. He burns off Daniela, and Parramatta, through perseverance, not conceding points when Penrith had the opportunities in the opening 40 minutes of this game. They were camped at times inside Parramatta's 20-metre zone, but they refused to budge. They only conceded 6 points. If Luke Burt can convert this going into half-time, they'd be extremely happy with the way they have performed in the opening 40 minutes.
Luke Burt this year kicking at 91%. He's kicked 20 of 22. Combined with Chris Sando, who's kicked 14 of 16. They've only missed 4 goals all year. The Eels, and Luke Burt backs the good form up with a kick and a conversion to make it 6 points all, with barely a couple of seconds remaining in this first half. That will do us, and the Parramatta fans, the long-suffering Eels fans, have something to cheer about going to the sheds at the break. At Centrebet Stadium, it's 6-all in this battle of the West between the Panthers and the Eels. We will take a break and come back to look at the first half highlights in just a moment. A lot more to come tonight on Super Saturday. Chris Sando with the catch off the restart. Parramatta with the breeze at their backs in this second half. We'll wait and see what sort of job they do of using it with their kicking game. After a below-par kicking game for much of the first half, didn't hurt them as far as the scoreboard ultimately was concerned. They're level going into the second period at 6 apiece. Joseph Paulo will play it here just inside the 30-metre line. Keating coming across, and Kelly lofting a kick. Early in the tackle count as well, just 3 plays gone. That's the right idea, but the execution was lacking there, Laurie.
Yeah, again, you know, a right-footed kicker standing on the left side of the ruck. It places too much pressure on your kicking game, because the marker can get out and place you under enormous pressure.
As a result, the Panthers have it in good field position here in their first possession of this second half. An offload there at the line by Simpkins, and now Weston it is. They will play it just outside the Parramatta 30. Kingston comes across to Walsh. Back on the inside here for Serraldo. He's happy just to work it forward. They had so many chances. 23 plays inside the Eels, 20 in that first half but just the one try to show for it. Now Walsh comes across to Syker. Lewis, lovely ball for Jennings on the angle. Sio had his hands full. Jennings gets up to go again. And they'll stop him here about 10 metres out from the Eels line. One more play. Lewis from dummy half. Goes back to Syker, who holds it up and then kicks. It'll be too big. And Jared Hayne is happy to watch it go across the dead ball line. They'll bring it back out for the restart.
Yeah, too much weight on that kick from Syker. But I like the way that Michael Jennings hit the hole. And that's what Penrith need to do a little bit more when they're shifting. Someone needs to straighten up the attack.
Good defence by the Panthers. First play of this set now with a shift out towards Ryan Morgan, the man who just kept on running to score that try before the break. Kingston and Hindmarsh, no surprise, getting through a stack of tackling. Keating also in the top 10. Tackles made in 2012 in the NRL. Sando from well inside the 40 again. They go early. A lofted kick. Pressure here on Coote. The bounce was a friendly one there for Lachlan Coote and the Penrith Panthers. Sando on his chase, beaten, not Moi though. Tried to monster the diminutive fullback.
That was good work though by Parramatta. They're up for the occasion, they're up for the challenge. Kicking early again in the tackle count, but it was executed well. They got down there in a line.
Chris Arbor makes a good run. Brings it up towards the 40 for Penrith. To Daniela. There's not too many chances on the right-hand side of the field. Now Weston bumping it forward, taking it across the halfway line. You can hear the contact there. Might have rattled that line. He was slow to get back to his feet. The kick will find the turf. But Hayne is there to take it on the bounce. He's got Burt back there with him. Just take it forward though and concede in the tackle there of Simpkins and also Kingston. Work it forward through Ken Sio. No change to our half-time scoreline. An early try to Lewis. Try the back end of the first half to Morgan. And that's all we've had. This battle between 15th and 16th coming here tonight. Feeding it with a no-look ball from dummy half. Got some good metres off the back of it. Good run by Allgood. Here's Paulo. Again, they repeat the dose in the tackle. He offloads it to Ryan. We'll play it here just outside the Penrith 40. And it is. Well, has that massive boot to put up a kick. An awkward one here. Well handled by Coote. Still thinking about the post and the crossbar that he was backing towards. He was able to take the catch and bring it back outside his 20. And anytime you do that, you've done well as a fullback in that situation. Here's Simmons. Lewis, a bit of footwork at the line, able to get away from Blair, who's had his hands full tonight with Jennings. And here is Jennings, speaking of the left centre. Blair again there to make a tackle around the legs with some help from Smith over the top. Kingston goes across to Walsh. He pops the ball as it played out there by Blair. They're appealing for 6 more tackles and will get it. And restart the tackle count here for Penrith. Compose themselves, you'd imagine, work it through the forwards for a couple of players to get them into an attacking situation. There's Simpkins going to the line, getting it to Lewis, who did well to hang on to it. An awkward one up around the shoulder there, that pass at speed. Hang on to it securely. Kingston goes to Walsh. Serraldo, who's been passing a lot tonight. This time, though, he has to hang on to it. Driven backwards there. A strong tackle by Lasalo and also Kelly. Coote down the short side. Gives the ball to Selly, the former Eel, trying to score against his old club. He'll play it about 5 metres away. Goes through the hands of Coote. Back to the middle. Walsh shows it one way. Goes wide to Lewis. Jennings out there. Simmons is also there, but Lewis goes himself. He'll play it about 5 metres away. Comes back here for Syker. To put it in the air. Not a great kick once again. Played out there by Ryan Morgan. And no, they're going to say it wasn't.
6 tackles.
And it will be a knock-on against the Panthers.
Well, I'm sure Ryan Morgan, did he turn his back or did he make a play at it and touch it with his hands? Yeah, he's touched that. That's a knock-on. from Ryan Morgan and a knock on from Lachlan Coote. So this should be a Penrith ball from a scrum.
Not much luck with the Eels in the first half, so they were too disappointed to have a call go their way after being wrong into the penalty count as well. 6-3 in that first 40. Keating. Paulo coming with him. Again had players in motion around him. Hayne was there and Morgan was on the end of the pass. Marcus caught out. Daniela had his back turned. They went quickly from dummy half, and now Sando just floats sideways and turns it back underneath there for Ben Smith. Chance perhaps to really ask the question of the Penrith defence, and was happy to hand off once again. Here's Allgood playing it on the last play. Back to Kelly. He lofts it into the air. Coote standing underneath it. Hayne coming down the middle at speed, and Coote was aware of that, made the catch and quickly went to his right-hand side to avoid the chase of Hayne, and Simmons it is who carries it up towards the 20. 7.5 gone. Still we're at the same scoreline we had at the break. Here's Lewis to play it. Cycling, set upon straight away there by Blair, and also Hindmarsh. Now Weston. Numbers in the tackle once again from Parramatta. They've done a much better job tonight of slowing down the play of the ball with numbers in those contests. And now a shift on the last play. There might have been a forward pass there from Coote to Serraldo. They got away with one perhaps. On the end of the chain, that's why Selu has to get a hurried kick away. Thinking about something of a pattern of the night for both these teams.
Great defence though from Parramatta. They hassled and bustled Penrith into running the football. Then it was a poor kick by Waisili. Both teams, when they're bringing the ball out of trouble, they're not very adventurous. They're just looking to get through their completions.
And now a pass at the death. Knocked backwards, they're going to say, by Allgood. Wasalo was almost on his hands and knees when he passed that one. Obviously not quite on his hands. A bit of play on. Hindmarsh. Stopped there by Simpkins and also Weston. Play number 5, and Sando will just roll one in towards the end goal. Missed by Coote, who somehow, miraculously, was able to compose himself and knock the ball dead. How did he do that?
Well, I'm not quite sure. I thought for all money this was going to be a try for Parramatta. Chrissy Sando just rolling it in behind the line, and Lachlan Coote just slipping over, gets his hand to the ball. He's such a wonderful player, and he runs the ball.
Get a chance here at this set of 6 as they go back on the attack once again. And Hindmarsh it is. Working it forward, stopped there by Lewis and also Simpkins. A slow old play the ball for the skipper. Smith spinning in the tackle, giving it to Keating. Wants to go straight away. A bit of a second phase play going. Manor it is. Stumbled back to his feet, then he tries to milk the penalty by almost playing it on top of Nigel Plum, who is back out there. Masalo to the line. Almost got his hands free with players looming up in support on his outside. Here's Paulo going to the line, putting Manor under pressure there. Manor keeps it alive. An offload. Paulo showing it, holding it like it's a grape. And now a chance for Penrith. Off the drop ball. Lewis it is who has it.
Well, he was too excited there, Paulo, but I think he's a terrific talent. He's a point of difference for this Parramatta side. He's a ball player, can create some second phase play. There's Luke Walsh down in the back field.
Seems to be some concern for a shoulder injury for Luke Walsh. As Plum takes it forward for a carry from their own end with that. Dispels any doubts. It certainly is a shoulder problem that he has at the moment, the halfback, and he's still some 40 metres behind the play. Weston playing it. Coote again kick from inside the 40, but down the middle of the park and straight to Jared Hayne. He doesn't want to see that too many times. A kick on the full to Hayne.
He's having an unhappy night, isn't he, Lachlan Coote?
And there is an issue here for Luke Walsh to the extent that he has to come from the field. That is a huge blow for Penrith in a game that is 6-all. With less than half an hour remaining now as Manor takes it forward. Had the option of playing a runner to Mata in their 17, but he was just on a mission, if you like. They do have Blake Austin, who is out there now taking the place of Luke Walsh. He'll defend on the left-hand side. Syker will defend on the right-hand side as the halves at the moment. Here's Kelly, speaking of halves, going to the line, and we'll play it here on the last. About 25 away from the Penrith line. Put up in the air by Jared Hayne. Going back, Coote standing underneath it. Burt tapping it backwards. Coming down for Parramatta. Whoever it is who ended up with it underneath it, it might have been Ryan Morgan. A goal line dropout from Penrith. Lachlan Coote lofts it down to Chris Sando. Gives it to Mannah, who comes charging back at them like a runaway rhinoceros. He'll play it just inside the 30. Here's Sando. What a charge. On the front rower. Ben Smith it is. Goes inside the 20. Plays it here for Keating. Coming out to the left-hand side, linking up with Kelly. Oh, a poor pass. Put down by Hayne. Waiselli picks it up. There's nobody in front of him. Sando is chasing. He won't get there. Morgan also at the death. Doesn't get close enough. And against the run of play, Penrith are back in front.
Oh, it was building nicely for Parramatta. They were starting to earn the right to play some football. They were in the right position on the field. They shifted the ball to their left. There was bodies in motion, and Jared Hayne, under pressure, had a bit of a look, dropped the ball, and Waiselli was coming outside in, looking to put pressure on the attacking players. He picks it up.
Played 5 games in a row in the number 6 jumper. A kick from out wide to make it a converted try. The difference, 12-6. Has it off the trade when you play so far above your weight as he does. A shallow restart here, and Luke Lewis, as a result, goes straight through, grabbed by Mannah. Had he not been ankle tapped, there was a race looming between himself and Chris Sando, who's found himself in a few foot races over the last couple of weeks.
Well, I know he's not captain, Luke Lewis, but that was a captain's run off the back of points.
And here they are looking to go back-to-back and score again with consecutive tries in the space of a couple of minutes. Grant is out there playing it for Kingston. Goes to Plum. They're sweating on him, and they made a good front-on tackle, both Paulo and Lasalo. They're 20 metres away. Here's Grant doing the tipping on now, going to Austin, tucking under a high tackle there from Ben Smith. Off the shoulder they're going to say, numbers down the short side. Coote to Jennings, out the back, they're in again. Dave
didn't have a lot of height on it. I knew what his responsibility was on the last tackle.
Parramatta needed that, and here they are at the full. Greetings pass looks flat, maybe a little more than flat. No call from the touch judge. He fires it this time to Kelly. Goes to Lasalo. Morgan on the line. Waiselli read it beautifully, didn't he? Jammed in from the wing and made an important stop right there. Here's Lasalo again. Putting a touch since coming off the bench. We'll play it 30 away from the Panthers line. 18 minutes remaining. No question, Parramatta have to be next to score in this one. Hindmarsh. It's about 25 metres away. Last play, and they produce a good attacking kick. Kelly it is who has the responsibility. Not a bad one, but Coote gets to it in plenty of time and brings it back. And he'll be tackled about 5 metres out from his own goal.
Yeah, I know what he was trying to do, trying to earn his team another set of 6, but I would have liked to see the ball placed in the air. A real contest. And then it becomes between the attacking team and Lachlan Coote in an isolated situation. There's more benefit in doing that than just rolling along the ground.
And Jennings almost losing the handles. He fought the tackle to get back to his feet. He's able to hang on to it. 4 gone for the Panthers. Here's Grant. Picked off there by Tim Mannah. Go back to the short side here. Some pressure as a result on Blake Austin, who has to kick it with his left
39,
boot.
mate, go 39.
And kicks it out on the full. Well, there you go. They've been kicking early in the tackle count. Decided to go down to the last this time.
Well, that's an interesting one.
Enormous pressure, wasn't it?
Well, it's an interesting one because Lachlan Coote has been doing a lot of their long kicking. Was stationed on the right side of the field. He needed to be on that left edge. They've put plenty of pressure on themselves here, Penrith.
Parramatta, they might find a way to give it straight back to them if they keep miscommunicating on passes like that one. Paulo playing it. Sander. Now he takes them on off the left foot, but Plum wasn't falling for any dummies or any fakes from the halfback. The 20 away though. Here's Keating going past Killian. Another ball hits the ground. There's been plenty of that tonight. Morgan trying to get to the outside there of Daniela. Get some help from Syker. He'll play it about 9 metres out. They've got 2 plays left. Here's Hayne grubbering. Coote is there again. Really warming to the task the longer this game goes. Lovely position there to come up with the ball on the run.
He's found his rhythm now, Lachlan Coote. But Parramatta, when they have the ball, it's just not crisp when they shift it. Too many passes are going to ground. And it just allows the opposition defence to move forward, steady themselves, and then make a decision. Not being challenged enough.
Newton playing it. Goes to Plum. Moves it up towards the halfway line. And one more tackle here. In fact, they're on timeout because there's concern. The Parramatta player who's been left on the turf here. Is it Matt Keating?
He's not gone. Yeah, we go back to the ball.
I can't tell. Yeah, it looks like Matt Keating.
Just came out of the tackle awkwardly. Penrith were desperate to get play the ball away with one more tackle to come. And the referees were straight on to the fact that he had been hurt here. Just a head clash with Nigel Plum.
Hang on. Okay, time back on. We've had 5 tackles. Go.
Now the kick from Coote. We're back underway. Take Matt Keating straight up the tunnel here. We'll have word on his condition as soon as we can. Kensio playing the ball for the Eels. Here's Chase Blair. Just outside the 30-metre line for Parramatta. Moi running hard. Stopped there by Plum over the top. And Simpkins underneath. Kelly. The things at the moment from dummy half, it looks like, for Parramatta in this reshuffle. And now Sando going to the line and taking them on again. And the second time he's done that in the game. 2 in the last couple of possessions for Parramatta. Haynes kick. Around about the halfway line. He wants it to sit down. It'll just go touch and goal. There wasn't much in it, in fact. And Lachlan Coote will bring it back out to the 20. They need a result off a kick, don't they?
Most definitely. You know, Jared Hayne was hoping that was going to stay in the in-goal area. Last roll, forced it dead. But there's still plenty of time left for Parramatta. Hayne's got to get his hands on the football. Sando is now starting to challenge the line. But they've got to do it off the back of fast play the ball, so they've got to dominate this ruck area.
Here's Simpkins, all at the back for Lachlan Coote. Standing in the tackle and looking behind him saying, oh boy, who's coming? And then saw Fui Moi and oh boy, I don't want to be held up here. He was trying desperately to get to the turf. Syker, was he thinking about a kick early again from inside the 40? If he was, they got to him and made sure he didn't get it away. Now Kingston's looking, saying, who's organising? Here's Austin putting his hand up, and with no Luke Walsh there again, Penrith losing their way at the back end of the set of 6. What happened against the Warriors when they were up to that game, up to their necks a couple of weeks ago, and lost their way with their kicking game at the back end of the set. Now Hayne bringing it back just beyond the 24, Parramatta.
They've really got to fight here, Parramatta. They've got to fight for fast play the balls. They're just getting dominated. Get no rhythm and fluency in their attack at this stage.
They work it forward through Moi. Let's go downstairs to Adam McDougall for a report, Adam, on Matt Keating.
Yeah, Matthew Keating, concussion, guys. The last thing you remember is seeing a pink headgear coming at him from Nigel Plum.
Here's Nathan Hindmarsh going towards Lachlan Coote, and he gives it to Luke Burt, who will dive in and plant the ball down under the black dots. And Parramatta are far from done with yet.
There's some great hands. Some great offloads there from Parramatta. And they are in this contest. Moi up off the ground quick, which allowed Parramatta to go to the line. Lasalo onto Hindmarsh, who finds his little mate Luke Burt pushing up in support. It's a fast conversion from Luke Burt. And it's Penrith now, who find themselves only 6 in front. Parramatta.
Normal time.
Justin Paul brings it forward and will play it 15 away from their own line. Just 6 the difference once again. Moi. Charging there. Good tackle downstairs by Kingston. Kelly still working things from dummy half with Paulo playing out on the left-hand side. Here is Lasalo. Also on this left edge, taking it forward. Hindmarsh again. Room to move, going towards Newton. And also Nigel Plum. He's made some good metres in his last couple of possessions. Here's Sando showing it, going again himself. Better signs from the halfback. And he's taking them on, and Payne almost losing it. Chipping over the top, wants a bounce. Paulo had a play at it, and how brave was Lachlan Coote?
Well, Lachlan Coote, the last 10 or 15 minutes, he's put his body on the line, and that was a courageous effort. Paulo was chasing through. He knew there was going to be a collision there. He wasn't worried about it. But haven't Lasalo and Paulo made a difference to this Parramatta team? Lasalo's a line-breaking back row. Paulo's got that ability to pass before the line and in the line. And Lachlan Coote there. They've injured his left ankle.
He just collided, it looked like, with Paulo coming through as he threw himself on the ball.
Time on, play the ball.
He's been down on confidence. He's certainly found some in this second half, hasn't he? With a couple of runs in the middle of the field, putting his hand up. Terrific defensive plays also in this second period as well. Plum it is. Plays it there for Kingston. Comes across for Arnott. Stuck there by Ryan and also Paul. As soon as they kick early here, inside the 40, they do. Cycle loses his footing as he gets his boot on it as a result. Not a long kick. And Hayne brings it back. And they'll have it here on play number 1, almost back at their own 40.
Yeah, they're coming, aren't they? They're coming, Parramatta. Parramatta are playing to win. It looks as though Penrith are playing not to lose. They must continue to play football, Penrith. They're going to look to score points.
One more play the ball speed from the Eels in their last few sets of 6. Catching the markers out, and the Panthers have been struggling as a result. Here's Lasalo playing. Goes across to Moi. A fat ball there for Justin Paul, who did very well, but again, the supplier quickish play the ball. Sando has room to kick. There's some pressure here on Lachlan Coote. He was in the field of play when he caught it. Sando probably needed a little bit more height to put some real pressure there on Coote.
Well, they need a good set of 6 here, Penrith. Watch Parramatta get off their line. They're already chewed up 3 tackles, and Penrith are going to find themselves kicking deep in their own half. They're starting to win these battles here, Parramatta. That's a good effort from Chase Blair getting up on Michael Jennings.
They went for a shift, Penrith, to try and work it away from their own 20. And here they are, play number 5, back in the middle. And Coote has opened up the Eels. He goes towards Hayne. He was looking for support. And only Kingston was there, so he elected to hang on to it. But he plays it quickly. Last play for Penrith. What a let-off that was. That was a huge 5th play for the home side. And they won't mind kicking it dead here and forcing Parramatta to work it off their 20. There's concern here for Luke Lewis.
Well, let's hope it's not too serious. It might only be cramp, is it?
He's up behind the dead ball line at the other end of the field. Parramatta work it away from their own end. And Ricky Stewart has had a shocking run as New South Wales coach, with injuries to back rowers in particular. Lost Glenn Stewart last Monday night. That game between Manly and Melbourne. Here is Hindmarsh going to the line and popping a ball for Moi. He goes towards Coote. He shows it, gives it off. Jared Hayne is in. And Parramatta in a moment will be all square with the Panthers.
Well, Luke Lewis is still down in back play, but what about Parramatta? They haven't given up. We mentioned earlier about their ruck speed. It was lacking, and all of a sudden, they found some energy. He hasn't moved. I think it is cramp. Luke Lewis trying to urge his teammates. He's been great tonight.
The veteran could have one last crack at Origin football before he retires. Luke Lewis watching on from the flat of his back as this play developed towards him. What a ball by Hindmarsh to Moi. And Lachlan Coote must have had eyes like dinner plates as Moi came towards him.
It was good work by Nathan Hindmarsh, but one of the ways to create ruck speed is to have numbers pushing in support of the man carrying the ball. It just takes away defenders.
Wait for it.
There was a little dummy there by Hindmarsh. Got in between defenders, found Fui. Game on.
Well, last year here was an all-time classic between the Panthers and the Eels. It was the Panthers who won 23-22, right on the bell. Completion rates have been good in this second half. Here's Hindmarsh again, taking it to the line. Another offload off the hands here of Kelly. Goes away from Sando. Back to Justin Paul. Inside the final 5. Not quite in field goal range as yet, but Hayne can kick it a mile. Here he is doing exactly that. Trying to lob it over the head of Lachlan Coote, then get it to sit down. It won't. And so the Panthers will bring it back out to their own 20. And the pressure now on both these teams not to make a mistake at their own end.
Yeah, the pressure builds. It's not long on the clock. Luke Lewis limping back around to his position on the bench. But Nathan Hindmarsh, what a game he's had. No, he's going straight up the tunnel, Luke Lewis.
It must be some sort of cramp to force him out of the game at this situation. Now Simpkins plays it for Penrith. Serrato tries to work it forward. And now the kicking game, the Panthers in particular, becomes crucial at the back end of this set. 4 plays gone. See if they go early again here. They do, from outside the 40. Not a deep one once more from Cycle. Thinking about a field goal. Strikes it well, but it's away to the right-hand side.
Wow. He had plenty of time. Chrissy Sando. He struck it nicely, but it just faded. Faded to the right. Anyway, 2.5 minutes to go. Penrith, are they looking to win, or they're just looking to get to extra time? Cannot afford to make a mistake here.
A ball back on the inside, and they've done well with long-range breaks with balls through the middle third. Here they go again, another one. Syka showing it. Had plenty of numbers back on the inside. Coote was there, and here he is, the fullback, skipping out of dummy half, going wide. A chance on the edges. Goes from Austin. Played off the legs there of Simmons. That's okay. But he's wrapped up pretty quickly there by Chase Blair. Play number 5. It'll be a long-range attempt if they are thinking about a field goal here with just over 90 seconds remaining. Kingston looking. It comes back. Syka. There's the charge of the Light Brigade out in front of him. So they go back to the left. Jennings keeps it alive. Chipped over the top now. Pressure here on Hayne. It came off his legs. He now plays at it. Penrith have it. And it's 6 more tackles. Luck is a fortune tonight. And it might be worth 2 points. 2 premiership points for the Panthers. Plum has it as we approach the final minute of this game. 18 apiece. They'll play it there through Simpkins. They're going to go early. Syka composes himself, kicks it wide to the left-hand side.
off the boot. It looked as though it was going over. Both sides have had an attempt and both sides have missed. Are we going to extra time? Parramatta will get one more shot. Can they work the ball down the field and bring Sando and Hayne into play?
Paulo playing it. Goes to Sando. Smith will bump it forward. You'd imagine let's get through this at of 6. Kick it out of play and take their chances in Golden Point. Hindmarsh, though, thinking otherwise. He's given Penrith a chance here. Waiselli wants to play it quickly. He has to. 10 seconds remaining. One more crack at them. They can't do it again, can they? As they did last year against the Eels. Coote will play it before the siren sounds. Austin now kicks and gives Hayne a chance. There's some crazy stuff going on here tonight. And Hayne gives it straight back to them. And Lachlan Coote wraps it up. Boy, oh boy, what a frenetic end to regulation time.
What about the confidence shown by both teams? First it was Blake Austin, the chip over the top, and Jared Hayne getting the ball back. He's back out there.
Stay inside here, Eels.
That was a good sign for Penrith. Chris Sando with the floating, wobbly restart. Made it an awkward one at the goal. Good ball line there for Lachlan Coote. Could have easily coughed that up. Nigel Plum, 10 out from his own line. And they kicked off. We'll back ourselves with defence, Parramatta, to force a mistake. Ourselves a chance. Kick a field goal to win it. Here is Lewis, back out there. He was barely able to walk and take him to the dressing room. It's a miraculous recovery. In the nature of the cramp, he appeared to be suffering, but he's back out there very quickly. Last play here, 30 out from their own line. Syker again, the man under pressure. Kicking it down to Luke Burt, who will bring it back. Off the back of a good defensive set. Parramatta, you would think, play 5, play 6 of this set, will get a chance to win it with a field goal.
They will be in a position. That's how they set up for a shot at field goal, which is most important.
Here's Paulo taking it to the line, giving it to Ben Smith. He's 40 metres out from the Panthers line. They've used up 3. Sando showing it, going out the back to Hayne, holding it up. Ryan fending away from Daniela. Good run. They're inside the 20. Play number 5 right here. Burt, Kelly, goes to Hindmarsh. He's involved in everything at the moment for Parramatta. They'll be about 15 metres out. He wants a quick play, the ball. They go deep. Sando tips it on. It goes to Hayne. A chance. 2-on-2. Blair Grubbers. Coote coming across. Reaching out. Seo had a play. And they're going to check it.
This will be tackle 6. Check grounding.
Well, he doesn't look confident, Kenny Seo. But I wouldn't be giving up if I'm a Parramatta supporter just yet. He's unsure. And I suppose the player in this circumstance, he's got a better idea than what we do up here in the commentary box. But it was a lovely kick from Chase Blair. Seo is onside. Lachlan Coote coming across, trying to shepherd it over the dead ball line. And Seo comes from nowhere. Does he ground it? Is it on the line? Oh, on the line.
Do you think?
Well,
or just before the line?
I'd have to. Well, there you go. I think I can see. That's a try. That's a try.
Is his arm in contact with the ball? If it is, it looks like a game winner. Well, his arm, no doubt, is in contact with the ball as he forces it, and there did appear to be a slight green strip between the ball and the line.
There you go.
Is that a shadow with the ball on the line? It would be a terrible way to lose for Penrith. I don't know if I could give it. And the video referee, Phil Curley, says he thinks it might have been a shadow and not a strip of green grass. I'm going to say I'm going to go with him in that situation.
Well, I'm happy that the game hasn't been decided by that, but boy, I thought there may have been a strip of grass there between the line and the ball.
There was doubt, benefit of the doubt in that situation. Going to the defending team, perhaps too much doubt for the video referee. Here is Jennings, a chance. Simmons going down the left edge. He gets up to go again. Nabbed here by Blair. And after surviving a scare, the Panthers will get another crack after only just missing through Harry Syker and a field goal attempt in regulation. Last play here. Syker is deep again from around about the 40. They keep it alive through the hands. Weston gives it to Daniela. Back into traffic, showing it. Was there a player taken without the ball? Simpkins ends up with it. They're going to say that's the last.
Here.
I need to have a look at it.
Hand over.
No, I need to have a look at that.
Kevin, I'm going to get on with it. Okay, good ball.
Well, I thought someone was interfered with there for Penrith, trying to push up in support, but the referees have said play on. What an effort from Parramatta to get back there, and is that a dangerous tackle from Serraldo?
Sio went cartwheeling through the air in the tackle. Now Manor. Screaming for the referee to take a look at it. Of course, he couldn't, given that it didn't end up in a try-scoring situation. Parramatta through Lasalo, have it 10 on their own side of halfway. Just over 60 seconds remaining in this first period of Golden Point. Haynes' kick was from back inside the 40. You might have been thinking about a 40-20, but the kick is too long. And Lachlan Cootes not be in too much of a hurry here. They must be out of gas, some of these players. It has been a fast pace for this second half. Now we're back underway.
Well, the longer the game has gone, the faster it's got.
Certainly have been some chances through the middle of the field, haven't there? It's tiring defensive lines on both sides of the ball.
This is where you need your fast men with good footwork to become involved.
Kingston goes to Simpkins and he puts his foot down. Heavy tackle there, poor around the legs, and Hindmarsh really crunched him. Austin goes to Lewis. Jennings again. Quick hands. The ball was forward. Simmons is away, but right in line with the play was Jared Maxwell. He made an immediate call. And again, I'm going to say the officials got this right.
Yeah, it was a forward pass. We're in line with it up here. And it drifted forwards out of the hands of Michael Jennings. They created some space, the no-look pass, and that travels forward. They will have one play here from the scrum. Does Jared Hayne take a shot from 50 or 60 out?
Well, we were talking about the women in league balls and how they travel through the air further than normal footballs for whatever reason.
Lock in.
Has been one of the subjects, a bit of discussion over the course of this weekend already.
Get up. Okay, you two right? Yeah? Right, let's get on with it.
Cameron.
They will be eventually. Sando off the back of the scrum. So they might have time for one more play right here. If anybody can do it, Hayne can. 54 metres out, under pressure. It wasn't a great strike. Serraldo was up in his face. The kick goes down to Waiselli, and he says, I'm going to take it out of play. We'll have a quick moment to catch our breath, then we'll turn around and do it again for perhaps 5 more. Let's take a look at that situation as it develops with Penrith on the attack. A little shift off the back of Syker being caught with the ball. The ball went past him as he was taken to ground.
Well, there was some contact made. I don't think you could give a penalty for that. The ball did travel past him.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that. But both teams are out on their feet, and they've got another 5 minutes remaining in this contest. Will they each walk away with a point? Or can someone come up with points in the remaining 5 minutes? If you're a Parramatta fan, you're looking for Jarryd Hayne. He's the man you want to see heavily involved. Fui, he wants to get back out there.
Stay inside here.
He got them going in that second half.
He sure did. Some of his charges were terrific. Scattered a few of the Panthers forwards. Lachlan Coote standing by, waiting
Time to run.
for the all clear to get the 86th minute of this game underway. The second period of golden points. Penrith had the game, keeping it seemed like at 18-6 until Luke Burt scored in the 68th minute, and then Haynes scored in the 74th. Here is Paulo. He's also been creative out there again. Go to the left-hand side, out towards Morgan, who's been difficult to tackle tonight. Getting away from Daniela again on that situation. Now at the halfway line, Kelly a bit of a mix-up. Down Paulo, goes back to Hindmarsh. And Jarryd Hayne again might be thinking about a long-range attempt off the back of this play here. They run away from him at the moment, and they're about 38 metres away. Kelly looking for Hayne, finds Sando instead. His kick is away to the left-hand side once more.
He struck it nicely, didn't he, Chrissy Sando? And he can kick a field goal. I remember him kicking a couple for South Sydney in tight games. And he can land them from a distance. So they've got a couple of options out there, Parramatta.
It was a good run by Dane West, and oh boy, there's a problem here for Chris Sando is there. He's been left on the ground as a result of that contact.
Well, it was a big charge.
No different.
I'm not a doctor, mate. I don't know what's wrong.
If you were down there, I'd
That's it,
do exactly the same thing.
Oh, yes. A little bit of a forearm there.
Well, I've got two for the price of one. Paulo got one across the chin, and then Sando certainly did. Busy night for the trainers here this evening. A pretty good effort, really, hasn't it? After losing Luke Walsh, the Panthers lost their way with their kicking game. Played a part in Parramatta closing this gap and tying the game up at 18 points all. Here is Simpkins. Well, played about 12 on their own side of halfway. 3.5 minutes remaining. A clearing kick away from Jarryd Hayne, who again cracks it down. 10 out from his own line. He puts the foot down. And bring it back for a gain of about 15 off the kick return. Sando is okay. He's back there quickly linking up here with Luke Burt. 2 minutes gone. This last period of extra time tonight. Here is Paul to play it. 10 on his own side of halfway. Perhaps if they can pick up some metres in these next couple of plays. A long-range attempt again coming up, but they go wide instead. It's Morgan who will play it here at the halfway line. Wrapped up there by Daniela this time. Paulo pulling it back on the inside for Nathan Hindmarsh, who's had 23 carries of the ball and made 42 tackles as well. That is some sort of effort. Here is Hayne to play it. A sloppy play, the ball. They're going to say play on. Oh, it can't be. Sando gets a bonus chance here. Links up on the edge. Lasalo puts a kick in. That would have been a travesty had Parramatta somehow found a way to win there, because it was a terrible play, the ball.
Yeah, it wasn't a great one from Jarryd Hayne, but they survived. And Penrith go on the attack. Both sides are out on their feet. And when you're tied, you have to make good decisions, both offensively and defensively. Hindmarsh racking up another tackle.
Here is Simmons getting away from dummy half. Hindmarsh taking a chance, grabbing a leg there. 140 to 1 penalty now inside the final 2 minutes, and this definitely will be the final 2 minutes. They're just outside the 40 as Weston plays it. It goes back to Coote. His strike lofted towards the uprights won't be long enough. Hayne has it inside the final 90 seconds now.
It was a great chase from Justin Paul. He applied the pressure to Coote. He didn't hit it well. And here they come again, the blue and gold from Parramatta.
Both teams have had a chance. As Morgan goes down the field and takes it across the halfway line. 3 plays gone. Here's Hindmarsh again. He's unstoppable. Look at him go. Standing in the tackle from Kelly. It comes back to Paulo. He hands it out in front of him again.
It's coming.
30 metres out. This is play number 5. It goes to Jared Hayne. They didn't need that, but he wants a fast play the ball. He'll get one as well. Kelly feeds it back. Sando strikes it. This one is the winner. Sando wins it for Parramatta. What a kick by the halfback in the final minute of the game. And Penrith, they are stunned that they have coughed this one up after leading 18 points to 6. Chrissy Sando. What a moment for the much maligned number 7.
Under pressure, and he kept his cool. He hit it well. It sailed between the sticks. He knew straight away. He turned his back and he was running and celebrating. And the small contingent of Parramatta fans here will leave happy. The arms go up. And what a performance from Parramatta. The little halfback. He got better as the game went on. The Parramatta players celebrate. They know how much that means to them. It's only their 3rd win of the season, taking on their arch rivals, and Nathan Hindmarsh, a standout performer.
Well, we saw him a moment ago, all smiles. He was distraught leaving here as a loser in the final seconds last year against the Panthers. Let's hear from him now with Adam McDougall.
He's with me now, guys. Couldn't be any happier for this guy. What a win, mate.
Yeah, very good win. I hated every minute of it.
Hey, mate, your performance tonight, outstanding, mate. I reckon you should play Origin. Would you like the chance?
Oh, I'd love the chance, mate, but, you know, I'll put my hand up for Ryan Hoffman. I think he's been playing well. I thought he might have been in the first game, but it'll be nice, but I'm not worried about it, really, mate.
And, mate, can you tell us how it feels to win?
It feels very good. See, I'm smiling again, mate.
Congratulations, mate.
Thanks, mate, dog.
Mate, Luke Lewis, mate, heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is, mate. Thought the boys put in a good effort the whole way through, and Parramatta have been doing that the last couple of weeks, coming back and scoring some points real late, and we knew they were going to do it, but we just couldn't stop it. Full credit to them.
Does it hurt more getting beat with a field goal like that?
Yeah, it does, mate. It's pretty heartbreaking, I suppose, watching it go over the post with only 30 seconds to go, and mate, the boys are hurting, but you know, full credit to the boys. They dug in there and, you know, just kept working hard, and we just go back to the drawing board Monday and start again.
And mate, on a personal note, how did you manage to get back on the field with them cramps?
I tell you what, I've never had anything like it. I've never cramped up in my life, but geez, I was sore today. But the boys gave me some tablets, cramp tablets that don't taste too good, and yeah, the boys rubbed some heat in there, and I was still hurting at the end, but I was just glad to get back out in the field.
Well, commiserations and a great effort, mate.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Luke Lewis there and Nathan Hindmarsh with Adam McDougall. Well, the Battle of the West, it really was a battle, wasn't it? All the way to the 90th minute, as it turns out, for the 3rd time in their history. Parramatta winners in Golden Point. We'll take a break and come back to wrap it all up right after this on Super Saturday.